a solution to a system of two linear equations is an ordered pair xy that satisfies both equations. In other words, a pair xy that makes both equations true at the same time. Now, what that means for us visually is that a solution is the point where the two graphs of the equations intersect. And we can see here I have one equation, 4x plus y equals 8, graphed in green, and equation 2, 9x minus 6y equals 18, graphed in blue. They intersect at the point 2, 0. So my solution then is 2, 0. To solve a system of equations by graphing, our job will be to graph both lines and see where they intersect. So we're going to see how that works now. Alright, I want to start with this example here. I have two equations. One is y equals 3 over 2x plus 2. The other is x plus 2y equals negative 4. Now, when I'm graphing an equation, there are a couple of different ways I can do it. I can either solve for y or find the x and y intercepts. For this lesson, I'm going to exclusively be solving for y. That way we can get more practice solving for y. To begin with, the first equation, as you can see, has already been solved for y. I have y equals 3 over 2x plus 2. That means that m is 3 over 2 and b is 2 because this is in y equals mx plus b form. To graph that, it's fairly straightforward. I have b. We've seen this before when we were graphing lines. b is 2, so I put a point at 2. My slope is 3 over 2, so I would rise 3 and run 2. Now that kind of jumps off of my graph, so instead I'm going to move downwards 3 and backwards 2. Right? We've seen that before when we graphed absolute value functions. I can move, for a positive slope of 3 over 2, I can either move upwards 3 and forwards 2, or downwards 3 and backwards 2. They're equivalent moves. And I can do it again if I really want to, and get another point down here. Downwards 3, backwards 2. I have some points, so I can plot my line. And there it is. The second equation is not in y equals form. And like I said, I'm going to use y equals form for all of these. So my first step will be to get this equation, x plus 2y equals negative 4, into y equals form. That means I need to solve for y. First step would be to subtract x, which I will do on both sides. Leaves me with 2y equals negative x minus 4. I put the x term first. Then I divide by 2. And when I divide one thing by 2, I have to divide everything by 2. That leaves me with y on the left side. On the right side, negative 1/2 x minus 2. So this is my second equation. That makes m negative 1/2 and b negative 2. So I'm going to plot those points. Starting at b negative 2, my slope moves down 1 and forward 2, which I can do. I have some points, so I'll graph my line. Well, I want to change the color though. So let's erase that and graph the line with the right color this time. And there we go. Now the solution to this system, these two equations, is where the two lines intersect. And I can see quite clearly that they intersect right here, where the red is. That is the point negative 2, negative 1. So my solution is negative 2, negative 1. And that's my answer.